Jumping again into Kaidaria, the first map of this best of 3 series between our two faithful Slug teammates.
Indeed.
In the top left hand corner we have the orange protoss BenAD.
And in the bottom left corner we have our purple zerg heGEmOni, sorry. I cannot believe, even after asking him how to pronounce it, I still messed it up. That's very awkward. It's heGEmOni. So, I'm not sure what to expect from this one. I've never seen Money play, so I have no idea what sort of play he's going to be doing. I expect Ben to be doing a forward fast
He seems to think that it's anyone's game.
Yes. I believe Ben will be forward fast expanding with his pylon down by his natural.
The very early scout.
Very
following
early
the
scout.
pylon placement.
Possibly checking for a 6 pull, but who would 6 pull in a tournament?
Could just be his standard scouting timing. Follows in nicely with that pylon placement, so.
That is true. Personally, I prefer to scout on the gateway though. It saves pulling a second.
If you can keep the if he keeps the probe alive in the base, you can get a lot of good information up until the queen pops.
Yeah.
Just seeing the pull timing.
Pull going down on 15. He could be expanding on 16, and if he does, then I'll be calling a Stefano build, going out for roach play and whatnot. Ben's in a very good blocking position.
Attempting a block.
I see a lot of Protoss making like a star or a large box shape with their patrol pattern to attempt to block, and quite honestly just does not work. A small type patrol like that, very efficient in it. So it's good to see that sort of play from Ben.
Ben getting his Nexus down before the Zerg expansion, which is good with that pylon block.
Dat timing, yes. We'll definitely be seeing 3 base play from the Zerg player here.
And yeah, there we see it, the forge from BenAD. Starting off that wall.
Does appear to be a very standard play from both of them for their build. Gateways.
Yes, instead of 4 lings being forced out. Instead of 4 lings being forced out from heGEmOni, in order to get rid of that pylon as quickly as possible, and also to try and slip in through the wall before that cannon finishes, and get some nice scouting information, along with the overlord that he has parked over the natural.
Indeed. Ben will be wanting to take that out as quickly as possible.
Taking 1 gas as standard.
Indeed. I'd like to see a probe transfer from Ben here. Get some more probes down there, get both the bases mining equally. But,
yes.
That's more nitpicking, I suppose.
Yes, that is quite personal preference. I like to maynard my SCVs over.
Yes. Ben will be scouting this
and a probe coming
here.
down to scout.
SCV being taken out before
Dying a quick
scout
death.
the natural. As to be expected with
I'm
queen.
sure he knows it's there.
Yeah, he'd have to be guessing it's there. Although it would be a very powerful mind game to pull that expansion from your natural down to your 3rd and do a quick 2-base play.
That's right.
Many Protoss do not expect the Baneling busts, and I am quite partial to them myself.
Nice early +1 weapons, along with some zealots coming out from Ben, and going up to 3 gas, indicating the standard build, as is the meta game at the moment, PvZ.
Indeed, indeed. Got a +1 weapons coming out from Ben now.
Get some nice strong zealots.
They're always very helpful. Zealot's now been placed on hold position, which is good to see. It's very awkward when Zealots get baited out to die, or simply ran by. 2 gases now
And
from
we
the
see,
Zerg and a roach pool going down.
A roach pool.
A roach pool.
And an Evo.
And an Evo.
And
An
a
Evo
robo
pool.
coming out from the Protoss player.
4 gases
Indicating
now
some sort
from
of
the Zerg.
immortal sentry.
Looks like it'll be very standard Zerg vs Protoss play. Can be expecting to see the lair popping up at any second now from the Zerg. And definitely that +1
Yes,
roach
he's
attack.
just banking the gas there. There we go.
Yep. Personally, when I do this build, I like to go for the roach attack first and then go for my lair. But that is just me.
Yes, if you want to be more of an aggressive player and put on some pressure with those roaches. But maybe he wants to sit back and max out an army before pushing. Who knows?
Who knows? This game is really only just getting started. All the Zerg's bases.
A macro hatchery.
And a spine crawler going down as well. Perhaps worried of a little bit of zealot play coming out from Ben.
Along with going straight up to +2 weapons, which is very effective when you go the Immortal Sentry Zealot Stalker push.
Those immortals
That a
make
lot of
very short work
Protosses
of
like.
those roaches.
That's just right.
Ben not really spending his chronos though. Both Nexus are almost full on energy.
Yes, he could be chrono boosting at the +2 weapons upgrade and the Immortals for much faster production.
Would be very good.
That could be why he's down 25 supply at the moment.
Indeed, I definitely think that's why.
He's getting a number of more gateways, 3 more to be exact.
Ben has now scouted everything that the Zerg has to offer. But that Overseer could be taken down by a Queen and an Overlord, or Overseer as well.
And there we go, the Observer falling, after getting a nice scout of everything.
That probe killed, well, taken down before it could put down a pylon.
Now the Zerg must be thinking that a push could be coming soon. He's seen a probe meandering across the map, attempting to get a proxy pylon down.
Gonna catch some stalkers.
Ooh, and the
Zealots out of
Roche force.
position.
The army not balled up for BenAD, and he's lost a couple of units for basically nothing there.
It was definitely not worth it in that engagement for Ben. We now have +2 weapons.
He does
coming
have a
from the
nice
Zerg.
timing window. A very nice big timing window for Ben, with his +2 ground weapons finishing up in 10 seconds, with the Zergs just started, as you just said. So if he makes a move, he could capitalize.
This is a massive force though from the Zerg.
There are just so many
41
units.
roaches on the field right now, compared to 12 stalkers and 2 immortals. Ben's gonna need some serious force fields coming out of his sentry.
Yes, he's getting some more sentries at the moment, but
He
he's
now
just
has
realised
7
how many he
sentries.
doesn't have. He's got some nice chokes that he could use here, especially between that little island of palm trees.
The cancel was
and
not put down on
leading
that
up to the
third.
third. Yes, but as we see the weapons upgrade in the favour of Ben with those +2 weapons against +1 0 carapace roaches, forced to fall back.
Getting a good
And
wall off
some
there
more
with
warpins
force
coming in.
Those Zerglings trying to be Rambo. Did not work out for them.
Behind this we do see a spire coming up
And a
from
fourth.
the Zerg player. So some
He also looks like he'll be transitioning into some Infestor play.
some Broodlord Infestor.
With his pathogen glands
Could be
now
on the
past
way.
halfway. These
And
roaches
we
on
have
hold
Ventral
position.
Saps and
taking out
Pneumatized
2
characters
sentries
coming
then.
up as well.
Zerg is just pumping out the upgrades at the moment.
Yes, it's action stations here as Ben still hasn't tried to re-establish his third base.
Ben currently attacking
He
the
could be
rocks,
looking
being
at
pulled
losing
out.
the game if he doesn't do so.
That was a very nice split then from the Zerg, pulling some of his roaches through that little side door. I like that. It's little things that count.
It sure is. Taking a look at the army tab, we do have a bit of an edge for the protoss in terms of the value of the army. However, the Zerg has more numbers, which can be everything if you position your army correctly.
That is correct. We're getting Charge and a Templar Archives coming down now for Ben. Along with
As well as the
+3 ground
Stargate,
weapons.
so going with the Mothership.
Yes. A lot of endgame ZVP builds do end up with a Mothership and an Archon toilet, so we can see Ben setting up for that. Realizing
Yes,
this is
he's going
to
to
be a long
transfer
game.
out of this Immortal Sentry. Yeah, he's not going to be able to do too much damage here with all of these roaches.
If he goes
and the
up there,
Spine
his
Crawler
army
and
will be
Infestor
trapped. He's got to be very careful about his positioning right now.
Losing Immortals at the front there, they need to be a bit more effective with their positioning.
Being wailed on by a giraffe neck up the top there.
And we do have the upgrades even for this fight, and +3 being researched by the Protoss. No armor or shield upgrades coming just yet,
Zerg now
and the
with
Zerg's getting
+1 armor.
melee attacks. Yes, and +1 armor.
Greatest
This is
Fire has
dangerous
started
for
now
the
for
Protoss.
Zerg. Both Infestors going down though, running into the Stalkers. They did not have melee attack.
That's a terrible miss micro.
Though, even though losing those Infestors, it looks
Do
like
we
the
have a
Zerg
warp
will
in?
be able to hold it out. No warp in going down from the Protoss.
No warp in for Ben, he's realising that he can't compete with this. He's going to try and get those Immortals home safely.
The Zerg
But the
chasing those
roaches are
Immortals
just too
down
quick.
though.
12 kills on that Immortal, he's rank Instructor at the moment as well. And
That
some
Teacher's
Zealots
going
could come
down.
in to back him up.
No.
No, he's dead.
Zealots, just let him die. Never trust a Zealot, kids.
Arthur will never be going home to his family.
That is
And
an
another
Immortal
Immortal going
just
down for
running
free.
through, doesn't care at all about those roaches.
He's getting into a strange position there.
You always want to be able to cut off your roaches with the Immortals.
We've got Burrow coming out and a large number of Corruptors, 6 in fact.
Getting a large number of Spine Crawlers as well
Adding
now
to
from
the
the Zerg.
4. Yeah, so going up to 10 Corruptors for the Zerg, which will be a good number to start transitioning into Broodlord, Roach, Hydra, Infestor, Ling. And yeah, as you said, getting some Spines and Spores for defense.
The Overlords do have the capacity to drop. I wonder if we'll be seeing this later on in the game. It's always nice to see a,
Yes, it could be.
a good drop of Lings or something in mineral mines.
Yep. Nice Roach drop. And Ben making that transition over to Charge Lot Icon
The
and
fleet
High
beacon
Templar
almost
tech.
finished now.
He's down in supply by a magnitude of 52 units. So he'll be looking to macro that up.
We
He's
do
low on
have a
gas
drop
at the
coming in
moment,
now from the Zerg brethren here. A lot of Lings in those
Ooh,
Overlords.
some Overlords.
However, he is flying to
That's a
an
number of
empty
16
base.
Lings. Could take out some tech. The Stargate and the Robo could go down.
That is true. At very least,
Prematurely.
he's going to know exactly what Ben's up to. Seeing the Warp Prism flying through as well.
And where's the reaction from Ben? His army is sitting idly in front of his
He
stone
has
base.
walked in some zealots. They should be able to clean this up fairly simply. All those
There we
zerglings
go.
have gone down. Ben lost 3 probes from his gas. And almost 2 zealots. Have a war
Those
prism
2
flying
zealots
over
have
to the
ranked up
right
to
side of the
disciple.
map. I would like to see a ranking put in on warp prisms and overlords for units dropped or creep spread.
Yep. Units warped in, something
Units
like
warped
that
in.
could be very effective in giving them their ranking. Because let's not forget how important those units
I mean, our
and it
transport
will scout out
units,
this 7th base
7th base.
going up.
7 base zerg again. No, 7 base zerg against a 3 base protoss.
I can't count, it's a 6 base. I saw the army and thought that that was a base. It's not. We've got some roach ling loading up into the overlords here in the middle of the map, floating up and across into the main. They'll be looking at almost doing a doom drop to take out Ben's tech. There's a fleet beacon, a rowboat, a stargate, all of that tech is very much exposed.
This will be doing a lot of damage. And the zerg is getting the neural parasite ability. That is amazing.
Ooh, good move.
I'm hoping to see a mothership steal. At the very least, a probe and a base.
And the drops are floating straight past this army. They're going to get into the base.
Ben being caught completely unawares by this. Is going to do a serious
They're going
amount
around
of damage.
nicely, and we've got Roach Ling.
The Overlord's sneaking into the base. Drop is taking
And here we
place.
go, let's see what they go for. They're going to target down any miscellaneous thing that they can attack that's near them. Surrounding some gas geysers and a little bit of shield damage going down on the Nexus. Both gas going down and some gates are now unpowered thanks to a pylon.
All the key targets,
And
as
the
you can
all-important
see.
fleet beacon.
That fleet beacon has lost
The
its
fleet
shield.
beacon is going to be saved as the army is pulled back. This could be a very good time, and we will see it. Ben's 4th is going to be cancelled by this Ling Broodlord Hydra army.
Very odd to see some
I will note-
Hydralists in this army.
And he doesn't have any infestors.
Well, he did throw those infestors away earlier on.
He did, and he's forgotten to remake those, so Neural Parasite not going to be very good when you don't have the caster
No,
to actually make that spell.
I'm hoping he does throw a few more down. Building roaches
I hope
and
so too.
corruptors at this point. Nearing max supply, I don't think we'll be seeing anymore. We have an engagement in the center. Flush! In go the Broodlords, the army completely stationary
Ooh,
here. I
this
don't
is
think the Zerg
excellent
knows
for
what's
Ben.
happening. One Broodlord
very
managed to
big
escape the
miscontrol.
toilet. And,
And everything's
down
coming
goes
out,
the
and
Zerg
it's
army.
all dead.
That hurt. 3 corruptors going,
Ben's
I am
gonna
quitting,
take
I'm
this.
flying and taking a vacation. Ben also doing
Yeah,
a
the
zealot
Zerg's
harass.
army at the moment is 3 Lings, 5 Roaches, and 11 Corruptors.
He has
and now he's
Broodlords down
morphing
by
those
his
Broodlords.
6th base.
But with support, Broodlords are very, very weak, especially to Archon Zealot armies.
That is correct. We now have
If we look
an
at the
infestor
Archon
on
on
the
the
field.
right-hand side, it's racking up kills left, right, and centre, going up to Rank Master very quickly.
18
Got a couple
kills,
of
rank
Masters
master.
and
We got
Instructors.
several instructors. Another Archon going up to the master rank. We have a mentor leading the charge.
And the Zerg just has nothing to answer for. Some Psionic Storms going down, all these units cloaked. The Overseer's morphing in, but
This is a very powerful
Here we
army
go.
from Ben just marching through. We have an infestor and an overlord just spectating, really. He wants none of this.
and down go all of the drones that are trying to finish mining these last 3 patches. I will direct your attention to the middle of the map where 5 Broodlords are
Killing that immortal.
waddling through the sky. And that'll be heGEmOni's only source of attack at the moment, and he will deny this fourth base yet again. But Ben is taking his whole army, Zealot, Archon, High Templar into the main.
Those Broodlords a bit late on the
Hive to fall very shortly. The upgrades are cancelled. The ground carapace level 3 not to finish.
This is not looking good for my Zerg brethren here. It's right about now where Zerg are wishing the buildings to
Rank
get
Executor, 28 kill Archon. Off to the right there, 29 kills, 31 kills. He's just going to town.
He is absolutely smashing it. He's at 32 kills now. He's just being fed
Some more
over.
at 25 and 26, but this Executor just does not have any mercy for the Zerg units. He hates them.
All the Overlords going down. We have a Spinecrawler with 2 kills.
And the supplies are relatively even at the moment still. But
With those 3 bases
unfortunately,
from the Zerg basically untouched at this point. I'd like to
all
see
of the
some
supply
tech going
tied up.
down.
Yeah. The Hive falling down to very low levels of HP, and there it goes. The Broodling's not going to do anything. Just going to feed more kills to that 42 killer.
The Zerg Broodlords though, those 5 wobbling monstrosities, they are taking out the Protoss base. If Ben doesn't pull
And the
some stuff
Stargate
back...
goes down. Got a bit of a base race scenario here.
Ben, I believe, with the stronger army perhaps.
And we will note that Ben is still constructing a mothership out of the Nexus of his third, so he will have another mothership coming.
And he does have 4 more Archons located there.
He also has the ability of, the advantage of having the ability to make units at the moment, as the Zerg's spawning pool is remaking down at the base at the bottom right. As he tries desperately to stop the Zealots hacking away at this hatchery.
These Zealot harassers have been very detrimental to Zerg.
These 3-2-1 Zealots, plus 3 Cyblades, plus 2 Plasma Shields, and plus 1 armor are doing very good work against the 2-2 Roaches.
We have a larvae that's nearing the end of its life in the main of the Zerg. Will he be able to be morphed into something, or is that going to be the way the cookie crumbles for him? He is gone.
Oop, nope.
Very disappointing. We have Zealots just on an attack move through the rest of the Zerg's area. We have a GG out from the Zerg.
GG!
Oh.
Zerg realizing that the supply deficit too large.
Okay, up in the top left we have FS BenAD spawning as the orange Protoss. And down in the bottom right we have heGEmOni spawning as the purple Zerg. Now, judging from the last game, we could be seeing another macro game, but maybe one of them will be forcing a quick attack this time. It's always the second game, somebody likes to throw in a risk. Worst case scenario, you lose. Best case scenario, you win. You could take to a third series, possibly.
Yes, that would most likely be coming out with coming out from Ben, as he has the 1-0 lead at the moment.
Ben looks like he's going for another Forge Fasty stand with that pylon outside. The Overlord is currently rocketing towards there though. He could scout that at any moment. Currently still just standard play from the two of them. Pull down on 15 food again from the Zerg. Ben almost blocking that with his probe.
And heading down to again block the natural expansion. Could see another pylon.
Sounding a bit like a robot there.
Am I good now?
Still robot-y, so you're better. Ben blocking that natural once again with a pylon. And he's gone straight ahead for a forge and a gateway, not opting for a fast nexus this time.
Base is under attack.
Interesting. Cancelling the cannon to put down a faster cybernetics core here from Ben.
Yes, and this probe looks like it's going to be setting up his nexus.
I think we'll be seeing a fast sort of 7-gate pressure here from Ben.
That would be lovely. 3 bases going up for the zerg.
Definitely be seeing some sort of roach play again, I imagine, from the zerg. First queen finishing up. Both gases now being taken from Ben. Currently Ben with the worker lead. Not for long.
Thanks to that chrono boost mechanic.
Indeed. It's almost like a mule. That is now changing.
But mules are better because you can use them all game long.
Well, you could use chrono all game long if you use it correctly. But it's definitely something
Not
that
on
goes on the
workers,
back
though.
burner. That is true.
Yeah.
We're seeing 2 gases being taken from the zerg.
Is this looking like the 3 base roach max sort of build?
It's looking very similar to it. I'll be wanting to see the 3rd gas going down for that a lot quicker though if you're going to be doing 3 base roach max. Seeing those extra
2 more
2
gases
going now, which means we can be expecting either a lair to be popping up or ling speed. I'd be expecting the lair with no evo chamber or roach warren down yet. But we have 2 zealots moving into the 3rd. We could be waving goodbye to this queen any second now. She is
And
not opting to
Gladys
play ring around
will
the
be
rosy.
microing herself away.
Gladys is running away.
And the drones are at the mercy of the zealots.
Drones just don't care. We have Amber coming up now to help Gladys. But Amber does not like cardio, so she is a slow person. They are now both trying to double team these zealots, but if Gladys isn't careful, she's going to be taken down. Survivor with 19
And the little
hit
lings taking care of those 2 zealots, creating quite the disruption onto the economy of heGEmOni.
That is
Who's now
definitely
supply
the way
blocked and is not creating another overlord. Still not making another overlord.
This will be hurting him.
He's got no lava, I don't think.
No, he has 8 lava currently. He could be doing it.
He's got the lava and he's got the money for it, but he's staying supply blocked.
His hatch is
He's making some spines to free it up.
interesting. Interesting. Roach Warren is down, along with the double Evo chamber.
Ben's +1 attack finishing up with some Immortals and Sentries coming out like last game.
Looking eerily similar. Those 4 roaches staying by the air conditioning vents. Not roaches, lings. Oh my gosh.
Those are some damn small roaches there, Zob.
Got a ling scouting the 3rd. Another one doesn't want to commit too much to that Zelnaga tower. Same with the the other one down here by the left side. It's always important to let the Xel'Naga Tower know that you could own it if you felt like it, but you're not ready to commit quite yet. Getting double upgrades now from the Zerg, +1 melee and +1 armor. And a very fast spy here. This is not a roach play. Although Ben coming down now could just be going to kill him. With no units of note on the field from the Zerg. 3 Zerglings. Although with 32 Lings in production. That's a lot of cheddar, yo.
Yeah, that supply block has hurt him a lot, and he's forced to make a lot of lings because he's floating a lot of gas, and he doesn't have enough minerals to make roaches out of them.
With 1200
So
gas, he could easily be pulling some workers out of that for now.
Yep. Some lings running into the army of Ben, which is currently sitting at +1 attack and no armor or shields upgrades yet.
We have another 16 Lings
And,
away now from Zerg.
Yeah, going into this fight, the Zerg will have the upgrade advantage with +1 carapace having finished, and he's got some spines here, but the
army composition, though, definitely in the favour of the Protoss.
those models just untouched, just chugging away at everything. The
We have
Zealots
2
die
mentors
relatively
currently.
quickly to the lings and the roaches, and
Gladys just walking through there, she
the
does
Mortal
not
Stalker's
care.
pretty good.
Hater's gonna hate.
Zealot reinforcements coming from the back. 20 lings on the way, 30 lings on the way, my bad.
Zerglings trapped on the
the-
main. They just ran down to die, touring the army. Forced to pull workers
The
now from the
Immortals and the
natural, but
Stalkers
trapping
racking
them
up
there.
kills.
We have
Even
a
a
Master
Sentry with
Immortal.
7 kills at the moment.
All
Rank
of Ben's
6
units.
yeah, they're getting their kills worth. And the
There's some
economy of
Broodlings now.
heGEmOni is just crippled right now.
It is not looking good for this Zerg player. Sending in a
Not at all,
bajillion
the
Lings
reinforcement
here.
lings.
Not enough.
They're going to be met by more Zealots.
Somebody
and
sent in the
GG.
memo. Lings not so good against Zealots.
And BenAD, our captain of the Fusion Slugs, taking a very nice, very stylish 2-0 victory over heGEmOni, the Zerg.
A very convincing
He
win
surely
there for
will be
Ben.
happy about that.